Rage baiting America. I learned that phrase from my son. It's kind of where you know how to push push people's buttons, and get them all riled up, get the people going. I kind of looking back at all the years I've been doing this program, so going through all of my columns, going back over 30 years as we're putting together some memoirs and whatnot, and the anger that I have in some of these columns for what has taken place and what has happened to people and what politicians have done, what big business have done, what Wall Street has done. You go back to the early years of this program when I first started out, this is 2000, like 2005. I was yelling and screaming all the time here on the program. I was a bit out of control. I've calmed down over the years, and I've gotten to a point in time now where, yeah, maybe it's a bit of an epiphany, if you will, that I'm going to continue to report on all of these things, but I can't remember. And maybe you may want to correct me at this. I don't think we've ever been a point in time, at least that I know of, where things have been so utterly corrupt here in this country. Maybe it was there and we were just not hearing about it. I don't think so. I don't. I think it's about as crooked could be. We are heading at a very, very fast speed down the wrong path, down the wrong road as a country. And we're constantly taught, it's progressive. You got to move forward. No, when you're heading down the wrong path, when you're on the wrong road and you're heading in the wrong direction, if you keep heading in that direction, you're never going to get to where you want to be. That's not mine. That's C.S. Lewis talked about that. We've got to turn this entire thing around and actually start holding people responsible for their actions. We don't get any of that in anything. We hear stories. We have Congress holds investigations. We're told that people are going to be prosecuted. We're told that pedophiles are going to go to jail, and we get absolutely nothing. There's no justice. The innocent in this country continue to be raked over the coals, people doing the right thing. Whether it be unarmed National Guardsmen being gunned down in our nation's capital, whether it be taxpayers being fleeced in a myriad of different ways, whether it being lied to by the authorities at the FDA over COVID origins, or telling us that, hey, yeah, we tested that vaccine and now we're finding out that children died testing the COVID vaccine. One thing after another. And we put ourselves on various different teams, whether you're on the blue blood Republican team, which I love making fun of, whether you're put on the more, conservative, in my opinion, Constitution believing, libertarian Republican, want to call it that. It's not even Republican, for crying out loud. I'm not a member of the Republican Party. The more the Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, Ron Paul camp, maybe even MJT is coming over there as well. Or you can be a Mamdani type. You can be, again, it's all an effort to pit these various different groups against one another. And nothing's accomplished except what? Getting the people going. Rage baiting to some degree. Well, I'm telling you, I think it's growing old, and this is part of the problem. We're going to get to a point in time, and I think we're going to be there quite shortly, where people are going to have absolutely zero faith in the system whatsoever. And this is when, and you see it to some degree, and get you weird videos online, people not caring about the rule of law, the type of conduct we're seeing in certain places. It's odd. It really is that when there's no more belief in the system, I talk about that, the word credit, when it comes to money, comes from Latin credere, to believe. No one believing in our system. I mean, I don't, as it operates right now. I mean, I know what the rule book is. We don't follow the rule book. We're not equal under the law, which Jefferson talked about in the Declaration of Independence. That's what that means. We're not. We did this several weeks ago here, and they talked about Orwell and Animal Farm and some animals being more equal than others. It's much, much worse than that. Carlin talked about this, and I know I've alluded to his comedy routine with the big club you're not in. Back in 2005, I did my Watchdog on Wall Street, Axis of Evil, big business, politicians, and the mainstream media. We either change our way and start following the rule of law, or society will continue to spiral downhill. And I've seen this real time. I've seen societies come back, believe it or not. Tremendous difference in some of the Mediterranean society, Italy, Greece in particular, which I'm fairly familiar with, in regards to enforcing the rule of law. Greece used to be an absolute mess when it came to following the law, taxes, skating, all sorts of stuff. They've cleaned all of that up, and you take a look at how much better they're doing and how their economy is growing and how their markets have improved and the investment that starts coming back into the country. Italy as well, heading down that same path. We have to get to that point in time. And quite honestly, the current crop of characters that we have on both sides of the aisle just not cutting the mustard. They're not. I'm going to continue to cover these stories. Again, I don't mean to rage bait people. I'm here to tell you what's exactly going on. But again, we have to make better choices. Starts on your local level. And again, you're going to have to obviously work its way up to the federal level. One of the best things we can do is actually grabbing that power back from Washington, D.C., and bringing it back to our local communities. Going to do a lot today. Some stories that are going to make your stomach turn. Got to do them. Have to do them here on the program. It's unfortunate. I wish I had more uplifting stuff to talk about. Actually, we're going to do one a little bit later, but this is where we're at, people. Again, correct me wrong. I've never seen it this bad. Watchdog on Wall Street.com.